Young Miami has wrote a letter to the judge asking him to free Diddy. And this is coming in a bombshell document where Diddy is claiming that the probation department who investigates and gives a report to the judge and the prosecution are both trying to maximize his sentence. Young Miami says, "I'm a mother, daughter, sister, and hip-hop artist who has spent many years in the public eye. I want to be clear that I cannot speak or defend anything that may have happened before I met Sean Combs, and I do not condone any wrongdoing. I can only speak on my experience and the man that I've known over the past 4 years. For 3 of those years, I was in a public relationship with Sean, and during that time, I witnessed and came to know a different person than the one that's often portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was loving, genuine, supportive, and always encouraging. He motivated me, believed in me, and helped me grow both personally and professionally. I'm writing this letter because I believe it's important to know the side of Sean that isn't always spoken about. The man who poured into others, who gave opportunities, who led by example, and who loved deeply. He helped shape me both professionally and personally. He believed in me, pushed me to grow, and taught me how to become a better businesswoman. He helped me find balance between chasing my dreams and being present for my family, because that's what he did. No matter how busy he was, he never missed holidays or special moments with his family. One of my most meaningful memories is when he took me to my first Met Gala. It wasn't just about the event. It was about what it represented. Sean has always made it a priority to open the doors for Black people, to make sure we are seen, heard, valued in spaces that we are historically excluded. That night reminded me that we belong in every room, at every table, in every conversation. He constantly encouraged me and many others to dream bigger, walk in confidence, and never shrink who we are to make others comfortable. He also gave me a voice by providing me a platform on his network to speak for the culture and connect with people in a way that was real and authentic. That opportunity changed the impact on my career and showed me the impact one person can make when they choose to uplift others. Beyond all that, I've seen him give back to his community over and over again. In 2022, we fed the homeless together on Thanksgiving, but that was just one example. There were many moments when he gave quietly, privately, without cameras, because his heart genuinely wanted to help. I've also witnessed him doing real inner work. He made the choice to check himself into anger management, start therapy, and commit physical healing through therapy. That takes strength, humility, and self-awareness. He did not do it for show. He did it because he wanted to grow and become a better person. In my personal experience, Sean is not a danger or a threat to the community. He is a man of God, someone who uplifts, supports, inspires those around him to be better mentally, physically, and spiritually. But more than anything, he's a father, and his kids are the ones who look up to him the most. They need him. His presence, love, and guidance matter deeply in their lives. I truly believe that he belongs at home with his family, the people who mean the most to him, and who will continue to be his greatest source of purpose and strength. Judge, that's a good man. Thank you, Kadisha. Diddy had about 60 character letters wrote for him to try to tell the judge that they think that Diddy should be released. Surprisingly, Kadisha is the only one that is considerably famous that wrote one of these character letters for Diddy. In the same exact big motion that he wrote to the judge, he says that the probation office and the government are trying to give him a sentence that is 5 times longer than the average sentence. Diddy said the probation department increased his offense level by 4, claiming that he was an organizer or a leader of alleged criminal activity, involved 5 or more participants, and was otherwise extensive. Claimed that the probation department said he was the leader because some of Jane's travel for hotel nights was charged to an American Express card in the name of Ruse and the CEO Ops LLC. The probation department found evidence that showed that Combs personally reimbursed the LLC for these expenses. Diddy is trying to fight this, saying that he doesn't think that they should up his sentencing guideline because he wasn't like this leader and he got found not guilty of RICO. Probation department also identified the following individuals as victims for the 2 counts that he was found guilty of. Probation department entered victims as Cassie Ventura, Jane, and 8 male entertainers. But Diddy is trying to argue this and saying they shouldn't be called victims for the 2 charges he was found guilty of, and he also doesn't think that the 8 male entertainers should be included because he's trying to say that they were consensually abiding by this. The probation department is also trying to up his sentence by arguing that Mr. Combs used violence and threats of violence in connection with the 2 counts that he was found guilty of. Diddy is saying that there is no evidence of this, and basically that conduct isn't related to any way in the transportation charge that he was found guilty of. In this huge motion that Diddy did, he is putting his side on why he believes that he should be let out of jail basically that day of sentencing. He lists that he struggled with mental health problems, and this is why he basically acted the way he did. Diddy is saying whatever mental health diagnosis that he got while he was at the MDC, he never knew about it, but being in prison actually helped him to understand it, and he's got a lot better. Use this as an example in saying an inmate approached him with a shiv and said something to him when Combs was sitting on a chair that the inmate wanted to sit on. He claimed usually in an instant like this, he would react, but he remained calm and the fight was diffused. Now we know that Diddy does have a court hearing this Thursday to argue on him wanting an acquittal of the charges or a new trial right before the sentencing hearing. But Diddy did go ahead and put in his huge motion to the judge with these character letters and his arguments that he is basically going to make at the sentencing hearing. So the judge can basically get a head start of reading all of this and try to come to a determination where he wants to lay Diddy's sentencing guidelines, either higher or lower. And Diddy isn't the only one that gets to put in these character letters. Also, the prosecution can have people like Cassie Ventura, Jane, and others who want to put in a letter against Diddy getting out basically earlier. It could also make statements right there in person at the sentencing hearing. But right now, we don't have any of that confirmed, and we don't know if anyone will be making a statement against Diddy in court. But that's all I got for right now. Y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.